Hello, hello, hello. It's RocksAlot. Hope you've had a good week. Mine has been indifferent. Let's get a few things on here. Let's get the flash on. And, oh, that's pretty. So we're going to do an unboxing, a quick packaging of an opal. And then maybe we will also cut a piece or two, depending on how we're doing. So, it's been an interesting week. And yeah, I get to come out here. Hi there, welcome in. Just getting going. And we're going to do a quick unboxing from Dave and Tim and Brandy. And then I had a piece of opal that I wanted to showcase, which I haven't looked at yet. And then, depending on how we're doing and how I'm feeling, we will cut a piece or two out of this box. So let's just wait a few minutes, have a few people come in. This piece is gorgeous though. Let's see if I can get a little flashlight behind that one. Got a little less light maybe. That's pretty cool. Very nice colors. In fact, I can turn off the flash even and really take a look. Isn't that cool? That's mossy. I don't know if I'd call it sagenetic. Definitely mossy. I think probably Katie's Mountain. That's beautiful color on that. Look at that. I don't even know if I'd call it moss. So yeah, welcome in everybody. Hope you have a decent week. Actually, this piece has a little bit of opal in it as well. And let's see if we can get somebody to say hi real quick. Hi there, welcome in. Just getting going. We're going to do this. I'm going to do, well, I was just showing that piece while we waited, but love the colors in this one. And lights up from behind. There's also got that little opal in the side there too. If you wouldn't mind saying hi in the chat, that would help me. Just to let me know that the chat is working. It looks like it. Night Curse, how you doing? Welcome in. Hi everybody. It took a few minutes to, I guess it must be busy at 6. But we've seen those pieces. We're actually gonna unbox this real quick. I don't know if it'll be quick, but we'll unbox it. I do need to bag it up, and I do need to kind of see if I can work out what it is. I do have a list, so let's give it a try. Hey Steven, how you doing? You're in early today. Hope you're having a good week or had a good week. We're gonna see how this goes. Hey Woody, how you doing? A few baggies. Got my trusty Sharpie, and we're going to open this thing up. Hopefully, being that this is from Tim and from Brandy, I'm hoping there actually may be some listings in there, so I'm just going to use my trusty little knife. I think it's a bear something or other. Bear something. So if you hear me scream or cuss, I'm in a bit of pain this week, and I'm just going to kind of leave it there, but we're going to try and get through this. Thanks, Steve. Let's have a look. See if we can back that off just a tad. Let's get some extra light. Here comes some extra light. There we go. So, to myself. I guess it's kind of from myself, because I bought them, right? See if we can do this without it taking forever to unwrap stuff. Yeah, I wish I could explain it all, but I'm not going to get into it right now. It's very uncomfortable, let's put it that way. And it hurts. And it's going to get better. Okay. There's some fluff. There's a bag of fluff. And another bag of fluff. Well, that's good. Now this looks like Brandy's writing, which is fantastic. So let's have a look. Hopefully I've got some Chiba in here, a little bit of turquoise. That's the coral. Oh, this one was neat. I forgot about this little piece. It wasn't very expensive. But it's a little piece of red coral. Orangey red. And let's do this. Boop. There we go. And come on, there you go. But it had this little shell on it, which I thought was neat. A little barnacle on that, so let's see if we get some color on that. There you go. So I'm just going to leave this one as a specimen. It's too kind of cool. Very cool. That was one piece of that. And let's just go one at a time here. All right. This looks nice. It's just Tyrone. Nice piece of Tyrone. So Tyrone is from New Mexico. Usually very greens. And sometimes blue jumps in there, which is why I bought this one. I will have to make two pieces out of it. And that's like some, maybe some chert on the back there. But plenty thick that I can get a cab out of it too. That's got oil. It's been oiled when it was slabbed because this water won't stay on there. But that's going to turn out really nice. So that's a possible cut. Thank you, Brandy, so much for labeling these. It really, really helps. This is the other piece of coral. This one I might chop up, we'll see. This one's a little bit thicker. Really nice color. So maybe at some point I will polish this little piece on the top up and add it to a little piece of turquoise. Let's see how it goes with the Variscite. That's the tough guy out there. So that's really pretty. Nice stuff. Thanks, Dave. That's the coral. What else have we got in here? Another piece of Tyrone. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing alright. I know it's been, the weather changed around here. It's like 85 outside. It's a little warm. Tyrone, a little bit green. But decent thickness on there. So that should work. Yeah, it's that's what I go for, Steve. So when I'm buying, I really don't like to get thinner than this. This is probably, I don't know, maybe 8 millimeters, which means I can get a good 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter stone out of it. You start getting less than that, you definitely have to back it. And if it's even less than that, you might not have to just back it. You might have to fluff it up a little bit. So that's 2 pieces of Tyrone. This one is Chiba. So I don't know if you guys remember, I cut a piece of Chiba. Let's see, there we go. A couple of weeks ago. Hey Ryan, thank you for the clock. Wow, thank you so much. That's really kind. Wow, Ryan, thank you. So that's the Egyptian we did. Wish I could get more of that. How are you, Ryan? I saw you in a couple of other people's chats this week, I think, Julie and Brian. I wish I had more of this, I really do. But I got one more piece to cut on this. But the Chiba that I had, that we cut before, was the shout. So it's black chert and Variscite. I really like that piece. And that's the same material. Yeah, I really like that one. I'm gonna have to silversmith it myself. I'm going to. I just got some new bezel wire into. So similar. I hope it polishes up as well. The green's a little bit sort of darker on this one. So, but I'm gonna get a nice cab out of that. So let's just leave the cab out for show. And that is from Chiba Variscite from Nevada. There's another piece of that. This one was chunkier. Yeah, I just popped in. Ryan, I haven't been over there. I've been so busy at work, and then I've been doing this. But I thought, where was the competition? I think I saw Jason's cab, maybe. Where he'd done like that snow cab where there was like a couple of mountains surrounded by snow. It was an agate that he did. Where did you move from? Did you move, Ryan? Where did you move from? Were you from Texas? I might be wrong. Minnesota's quite the move. I think maybe from cold to colder. So what I liked about this one was how that vein went all the way through. Okay. Still, yeah, so cold to colder, I guess. But, you know, Illinois is big, so everybody thinks Chicago, but there's a lot of countryside in Illinois as well. That's a really nice piece. A lot of chert. The chert, from my experience of that other cab, polished up pretty well and didn't really undercut too much. Well, the Variscite didn't undercut too much. I've never been to Chicago, or Illinois for that matter. One of these days. Just gonna get a van, rent it like a camper van, and take a drive. Do the van life for a little bit. Okay. This was the Kingman, which we've seen some of this before. Okay. So I assume maybe you still have family up there? Some nice color. Wow, look at that one. I might do that one. Look at that color on that one. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, look at that. That's really nice. I wonder how far that goes in, but... Oh, we might have to have a go at that one. Yeah, we might have to have a go at that one. Let's keep that one out. But actually, this looks better than the last batch that I got. Smoky, really blue blues. That's really nice too. Yeah, those blues are great. It is stabilized, but oh yeah, this is much nicer than the last batch I got. Maybe even better than the first batch. Oh, we might even get some florets out of that one. I would move back with my mum, Ryan, but she won't let me. Actually, she's looking maybe to put herself in assisted living. My dad passed away a long time ago, and so she's done it all by herself for over 30 years. And yeah, kudos to her. I don't know if I could have done that. She's a very, very strong lady. Sweet and strong. So here is some of the Turquoise. I do only bid on certain pieces, and I either get them or I don't. So I look for thickness, I look for a pre-shape, I look for hopefully maybe a flattish back. We might have to back this one, I don't know. But this was the mix that's coming out of Tonopah, I think, Nevada. It's actually a really nice color. It's almost like a chrysocolla, but we'll have to see how it cuts. It smells natural. Hey Lucas, how you doing today? Appreciate everybody that goes to the shorts and makes a little smiley face, plops in a heart, makes a little comment. Really helps. Oh, well, yeah, congratulations to me. Thanks to you guys. And really, a lot of it was gifted. But I got my first sort of check from Google yesterday for $113. So I think that makes me official-ish. But yeah, truly thanks to all of you and all the subscribers. And I know, so I was at 1936 or something like that this morning, trying to hit that 2,000 mark. What I am going to do, for those that are in here, so there's not that many in here, but I'm going to do a subscriber-only live. I don't know if it'll be Sunday, but maybe next Thursday. I'll put a post in about it, but it will be only for subscribers, so it'll be in subscriber mode on a live, and I'll probably give 2 things away. Don't know what they're going to be yet. One will probably be a cab, maybe a piece of jewelry. And then I might just close that live down after we do that, and then come live where somebody in the regular chat can win something too. So yeah, we're almost at 2,000. That's no, sorry, it's a little ridiculous to me, but yeah, I guess so, Lucas. You kind of, but I think that's probably at about, what is that? That's like 3 cents an hour. If you added it all together, maybe 4. So I really need to up my price a little bit on my average. But yeah, what an accomplishment, right? I did not expect it. And they might pop in, Lucas. I don't know how to tell you how the algorithm works, but sometimes it gets pushed out, and sometimes it doesn't get pushed out too much. So another piece of Turquoise. Maybe it's how I wrote up the description, I'm not sure. And then sometimes it just comes in little floods. It's really funny. So as long as I got a few of you in, and I've got a few of the regulars in, I'm happy to do this. So I'd be unboxing this anyway, right? So another piece of the Chiba. Yeah, I think that definitely helps with this. So I do engage with other people's channels. This one looks like it might be really good. Let's get a little bit of water on that one. There you go. That's a little more vibrant on that green. Yeah, that might be really nice. Maybe we'll keep that one out too. Keep that one out. What else do I have? Last bag. Maybe we'll do one of these. Yeah, I like that too. So my 2 tops right there is the Kingman. and that piece of Chiba. If that polishes up that Chiba, it'll be really nice. And same with the Kingman. So we'll at least get those started. And then we'll see what my pain level is at, and then we'll go from there. And this, wow. So this is Campitos, but it's Campitos with Pyrite. So this will be, definitely needs gloves. But look at the Pyrite in there. That's almost nice as a specimen. It is treated or stabilized. But that is definitely get under your fingernails for a week stuff right there. That's really nice. Yeah, I might just keep it that way. I don't see material like this that often where it's where the Pyrite's actually cuboid. I don't know if you can notice. I'm actually in enough pain. I'm actually shaking a little bit, I think. Don't know about that piece. It's a little bit ugly, like a giant piece of glue. What about that? That's well, maybe this is the specky. I might have to get some more of this. You ready for me to turn this over? So this is probably 3 inches top to bottom. It's got some petroidals in it. Nice and thick. You ready for this? Look at that. Look at that chunk of Pyrite on the end. I know it's fool's gold, but that's some pretty stuff right there. That is nice. I'm going to put it together with that one. Just to, look at those 2 pieces right there. Love it. Hi Heather, how are you? Welcome in. Look at those. I almost don't want to cut them. And the color in there is fantastic too. Let's give it a dip. Wow. I'm not sure which one I like best. Maybe we'll find a smaller piece. That's some nice stuff. Heavy. So you're paying for the weight for sure. Not sure what that one is. But it's Campitos, stabilized. But these 2 with the giant pieces of Pyrite in it are awesome. Almost looks like it snapped off. Very nice stuff. I always want to do a piece of this, but it's going to get messy. I think we're going to have to leave this for another time. I'll leave that one out. But wow, thank you. Thank you, Brandy and Tim and Dave. Super stuff. Let me get this all bagged up again. Don't lose it. And I think we're going to try a piece of this Kingman right here. And the Chiba. Oh, I gotta show you guys the opal. So that's getting put away. Western Maine. So we're not quite on the coast. How far from the coast, Heather? Like how long does it take you to get to the rocky inlets? I'd love to go up there. I have so much traveling I'd love to do that I've put off because I've worked my whole life. Anyway, so these are the 3 we might take a peek at. I don't know if we'll get to that one, but we're definitely going to try the Chiba right here and the Kingman. So those are 2 specials. Let's get that moved over. put those down in there, because we're going to get to them. And now we're going to open this. If I can find the knife again, there we go. Hi everybody, welcome in. What was this knife? I bought this knife a while ago. I think it was from Bear Archery, maybe. Anyway, this is from Claude up in Tennessee. This was from his sale a couple of weekends ago. I saw Jeff from J&V Rock Hounding had the piece that I was really looking for. Okay, so not too bad. I mean, you don't get hit by the storms quite as heavy, and you're close enough to probably go to the, what is it, the White Mountains up there, Heather? I think it's the White Mountains. All right, I've never looked at this in person. And looking through the bag. Looky. So that's 2 sides through the bag. This might be nice. I'm going to do a quick highlight there. Let's get this undone. I got this over half price. So some opal. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wowzerini. It's not what I paid. He gave me the same prices from the sale. So there was a sale on the sale. But it goes all the way around the stone. Look at that. And if I really wanted to, I could just cut it. I could get 2 cabs over here. And maybe 1, 2, 3 cabs there. Let's just say it was better than half price. What a beautiful piece. That's neat, Heather. That's the only mountain range I happen to know up that way. I've had a few friends go up there and hike and climb. That's gorgeous. Alright, so this will come, I'll be looking at this after dinner. But it's a yowah nut. It's the inside of a yowah nut. Which actually, so inside, something similar to this. Except this was in the middle. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be carrying that around with me. It's not a bad weapon, so between the rock and the knife, I'd be doing all right. I wanted to show this one. So we cut this last week, and I wanted to show it again because I didn't really have a close look. I got unexcited about it because it didn't have any color in there. But then, and I think I broke the little spindles that were on this side, thinking they were nothing. Yep, that's right. So yeah, it wouldn't be a bad pestle, mortar and pestle. But if you look at this one, I didn't put my big fat thumb in here and ruin all that. They're sort of like, what is it, sagenites? Although, so it must have grown like that. It's really neat how it grew in there. I wish it had opal in there, obviously. But, yeah, the growth in there is really neat. I wanted to show that again. In fact, gonna end up breaking it again. All right. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Same thing. Let's cut something. I think the noise sends the algorithm out. Let's cut something. Let's go over here. And I also got invited to the YouTube boot camp. Maybe that's why there's not so many people in. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Maybe I'll come on live again tomorrow too. See if the algorithm's picked up or not. So I'm going to do 3 of these, maybe 2 of them. I can start on a blue one or a green one. And that is the Chiba Variscite. And this is just an extremely nice colored Kingman. I almost feel like I should cut that off. See how it splits right there? Be a mighty thin cut. I think we're okay. We'll just take it down. If I lose it, I lose it, but I'll keep that really nice dark blue on the back. Yeah, it's a really thin slice. So once I do that, if I get it right, which I probably would, it's going to be really thin. You could do it. I think I'm just going to cut it. And hopefully that quartz doesn't go in too far. So let's give this a try. There's the noise. I did have to readjust the machine today. As far as the next, fixing up the other one, I'm waiting on I'm waiting on 2 nuts to come in from Walmart, but I needed 2 hex nuts, 16 millimeter 2.0 hex nuts for this left-hand side, so it had to be a left-hand thread. So they're working, but not very well. And I need to put a mask on for this because this is pretty heavily stabilized. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see how we do. A little bit of extra light on that. I'm just trying to find a good shape for it. Well, I don't know if I can ask the mailman whether my 2 nuts came in or not. gotta check the box myself. It's a beautiful color. Yeah, Steve, we might be in trouble. I don't think Purple Cat's on today. Or she's not on yet. I think what I may do, I don't know. Oh. I don't think it'll be long. Appreciate those thumbs up though for those who came in. Alright. I'm almost flat on the back. Hi there, welcome in. New to the channel, I'm cutting a piece of Kingman, the turquoise. This is probably A grade. Really nice color though. Alright, I think I'm going to start rolling that top off. Let's see if there's anything in that quartz underneath. No, Heather, I'm actually in the southeast of the United States. I just have an accent from where I grew up. I grew up in England. They are just about waking up in Australia right now. And so that quartz does come in. And it's so thin I couldn't have cut that off really anyway. So I did do some opal as well though, Heather, one of my favorite materials to work on. And then so I do some boulder opal. Boulder opal like this, or yowah nuts, you have to prepare ahead. It makes such a mess that you got to be masked up, gloved up, almost like a hazmat suit. Not because it's not good for you to breathe in, but it just stains everything. So it'll stain your hands for a week or two. Hey Reptile, how you doing today? Thank you for popping in. Now Reptile, Heather, so yeah, Reptile must have heard you talking about Australia, Heather. So Reptile, this is a piece of the Kingman that I got out of with Tim and Brandy. Okay, so that quartz goes all the way underneath there. So I'm going to have to take all of that off. This piece was just a really nice color that came out of that bag. Yeah, that quartz. So even if we tried to cut that off, we would have hit that anyway. I'm hoping it doesn't go too deep in this side here. I might have to flip it. flip it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. It's really nice and dark in there though. Ooh. So do I flip it so that's the top? I think that quartz comes through as well. This top. I thought it was going to be a nice easy stone, but not going to be as easy as I thought. That's good, Reptile. I need like a week to do mine. I did a little bit of it a couple of weekends ago, and it's just a mess right now. And then when my machine went down, then I started having parts everywhere. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to flip this over. Not what I was expecting. Okay. So that is now going to be the back. I'm going to turn this into the top. And that's okay as long as I don't get down into some quartz in here. I really like that color. Alright. I'm just going to start rounding off the edge here. And pray I did the right thing. I thought this was going to be easy. Hi there, welcome in. Appreciate you being there on a weekday. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up, it really helps. And then I go live on Thursdays and Sundays for sure. And sometimes I'll pop in on a Friday evening as well. I'm not sure. Well, you know what we're going to do? Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Find your eyes. Didn't really think about this. I'm going to turn off the light on the phone there. It's pretty bright. Trying to see. I think I'm okay. I don't think that quartz goes all the way through. I think I can blend that piece out, so let's do that. Here comes some light again. And on there we go. Hey Dave. So this is a piece of the Kingman, Dave, that came out of Tim, or from Tim. I just unboxed it actually, Dave. So I love Miss Brandy. Please, whenever you see Brandy again, thank her personally from me. The way she packages everything up, the way she notates each piece, it's just so helpful. It's really kind of her to do. She doesn't really have to do it. No, it's turquoise, it's Kingman. Move on to the next wheel here. The next piece we're going to do is the Chiba. So that was the original piece of Chiba I did, and that's one of the pieces that just came in. We're going to work on that piece next. Oh, almost did it. You see that? Tricked me. Glad to see you sounding a little bit better too, Dave. That's great. know if you guys saw this. Probably shouldn't put a yowah nut I just got in. This from Claude. Yeah, did you see that, Steve? I almost put the wrong stone on that. Alright. This quartz, this piece, I thought this piece was going to be so easy. And it's thinned out a lot. And now the quartz, even from the edge, is starting to creep in on the edge there too. But, great color. Yeah, Dave, it's from Claude. I don't know if you've seen any of Claude's sales. I don't know if you've been in that chat, Dave. But he's out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and he has a storage, at least one storage room, just full of an old shop's inventory that used to be in Knoxville, Tennessee. Called the Opal Cave over in Lightning Ridge, but they had a store in Tennessee of all places. And I guess they left maybe during the epidemic and went back, but didn't take a lot of their inventory with them. And this gentleman, Claude, I think it's Claude-J1L, something like that. You'll see him in my chat sometimes. I don't want to get too deep on this. I think in an hour I'm going to restart. Maybe not. Hi everybody, welcome in. Dave, if you're still there, have you ever done any of the YouTube boot camps or anything like that? I got invited to do the next one, which starts on April 1st. I don't know if it's really for my kind of channel. Oh, Dave, did you see the Campitos, Dave? I don't know if you saw this stuff. I mean, I'm sure you saw it go in the bag, but I don't know if you saw this stuff I got. Look at that. That's a stunner right there. We're going to have to take a full day on doing Campitos with Pyrite. Really nice pieces, so thank you. Alright, back to it. Alright, Steve's favorite move. No, not quite. I'll go on to the next one here. We got a few people popping in and out. That's good. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And I repeat that fairly often, but I really did. I am, I think, less than 60 away from hitting 2,000, which is quite the mark. I got my first little check from Google yesterday. And when I say little, I mean little. Right? Yeah. But, yeah, Tim and Brandy are fantastic. They, having access to that material is, quite the blessing. Bit of a wiggle waggle here. And this is Steve's favorite move right there, to pull out. And I'm just going to go to each corner and draw it out from the middle and roll it at the same time. 3 on this stone. And then I go from the middle out to the side edge. And then you kind of do Dave's move is this move. It's hard to do with a three piece. Hi everybody, hope you're having a decent week. I'm in pain. Maybe that's why nobody's coming in today. I'm in a lot of pain. But you know what, this keeps my mind off of it. And hopefully it's going to get better in the next few days. Right now I have the 22-inch Magic that you can find on TikTok. It's actually really useful. I have, well, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can do this. Kind of. Up that one, I got that one like that. So same thing, this is the 22-inch on the other 3 wheels. I just put a different little holder up there. And on this one I just have the one that came with it. They're not that expensive. I think they're about $30, somewhere in there with the shipping. Much easier than what I was using, and much more stable. And yeah, well worth the money. I almost want to go be one of those guys on that channel and sell the things. Because yeah, very easy to use. Yes, it's all this, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 little, they're like 6 little balls, and they've got, so there's 6 balls with rubber around the outside, like a rubber grommet, and so when you undo it, you get 2 positions that you can move at the same time, so it's really good. Maybe. I sell my guy, I've sold everybody at work to think I'm pretty decent at what I do. Alright, I almost want to bring that in a little sharper, but I'm going to leave it for right now. Maybe this little bit of quartz will come out, but as you can see, even though it's getting smaller on the edge, it got higher and it's starting to intrude on the face a little bit. But yeah, really happy with that. Quick picky of that. And we're gonna try the Chiba. So let's just move you guys over. Right. Yeah, it's that easy. Just one little undo right there. I've done my sale. So Dave, you know, for 20 odd years I did food sales, hospitality, a little bit south of where you grew up, and yeah, I used to do a lot of the big wigs and the private dining rooms and that kind of stuff. I could make people buy all kinds of stuff. This is stabilized. I don't really smell anything though. I'm going to try and flatten down a good back. I don't know if there's a good side to choose from yet. A little bit more water in here. Do that carefully. we've got a new, I've never been a car salesman. I've always thought about it. Maybe when I retire, I'll do it on the weekends or something. But we have a new Tesla sales floor and a new Audi one as well. I think I probably prefer to do the Audi, but let's bring this down. So the black is chert that's in this. Even though it's a little dark, it doesn't stain my hands. It is a little crispy. What I mean by crispy is it's a little sandy-ish, a little brittle maybe, which is maybe why it's sort of gratiated almost. Check I got the right wheels. I've been messing around with the Genie, so I've got the other motor ready. Like I said, I just got 2 more nuts to come in the mail. Don over at Diamond Specific was very helpful, so I have all their pieces in already. And hopefully I'll get one of these machines working 100%. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy a new one, and that may take a while. I don't know why this is not taking anything off. Test something real quick. So just gonna do a quick test on this. Yeah, I guess it's just the material. Okay. I guess this material is just hard. Hi everybody, welcome in. If I could call your boss, I would, and let you have tomorrow off for a long weekend. I can call. Yeah, put your number, put your work number in here. Hey, Haas, how you doing? Put your work number in here, and I'll call your boss and tell him you need the day off tomorrow. I'm sure I could come up with a really good excuse. Actually, I don't know if there's a channel out there that does that. Like, there's a lot of prank call channels out there. I'm wondering if you could do a I'll call your boss channel. Hey, Sol, how are you? Thank you guys for being here. There's a lot of regulars in here right now, and I really appreciate you guys. Once we hit that 2,000 mark, I'm going to do a live, but it's going to be for subscribers only. And I'm going to have a few little gifts to give away. Don't know if it may be, probably a piece of turquoise, maybe a little boulder agate. Who knows? We'll find something cool. The last one, it did really well. They got a nice piece of Sleeping Beauty from my friend Sally. You still wrestling the youth, Hoss? No, I get what you're saying. I didn't do wrestling, I did judo. Growing up. So between judo, rugby, and my brothers, you could almost call me a professional wrestler. And I have a I have a short that I'm going to put up. It's of Toby. He's been fighting with he has a Grinch. It's like his plush toy that he wrestles with. So I put it to some WWE commentary. I'll put it up tonight. It's pretty funny. Alright. Yeah, that's neat, Huss. We have a friend whose daughter was doing boxing. Did really well. I commend any parent that puts that time in for their kids to be able to do extracurricular sports. I think it's really important. Alright, so this is a bit sandy. So I might have to back it. It's almost like boulder opal to a degree, where you get little pockets that kick out. But I'm pretty sure this front is gonna cab out really well. So I'm gonna start with this, see how it does. And it may be that I'm on the wrong wheel. Let's try this other wheel. It's going to be slower, but it's less aggressive, and the pieces of diamond that are on the wheel aren't going to catch that quite as much with a higher grip. Now you wait till you see it, Steve. I wish I could send it over to my other phone. But I already have it in my drafts on my shorts on YouTube, so I'll put it up tonight. I don't know why I've been putting it up, it's really funny. Alright, so this is really what you're looking for, where those inclusions get filled in with the chert. It's a nice black webbing on it. So as long as I keep that healthy variscite going all the way around the edge, the top should do really well. And we're about to find out. So if there's anybody else out there that bought this material, I would suggest probably backing it prior to cutting it. I mean, this is the first piece, so it's sort of a practice piece. And don't necessarily start with the 80 or the 60 grit wheel on it. It's not too aggressive, but it tends to catch that chert much easier and sort of pull it out of where it is. If that makes any sense. Go above here a little bit. So yeah, the top's gonna do really well. Here we go. Let's just do it. It'll take a little while. Pretty hard. I gotta be careful I don't press too hard. May just snap the stone. Oh, somebody got cappers. This is Chiba Variscite from Nevada. Probably close to Broken Arrow or Thermo Mountain or probably close to Tonopah, Nevada. But it seems there's a lot of material that comes out of Tonopah, Nevada. I assume they got copper mines there, or old copper mines. And this is just the Variscite. I have a couple of pieces of what they're calling the Turquoise, which is a mix between Variscite and Turquoise, same area. Bring that in just a little. Around it. Look at that speckles, that's pretty nice. Just got to get that little hole out of there and I'll be pretty happy with that. So, wonder how deep that goes. Appreciate you guys popping in today. A little bit more, just a bit there. The other one's gone. So now I have to be careful that this chert doesn't pop out. So I think we're going to go on to the next wheel actually. I think the hard wheel with the diamond grit and the hardness of the chert are counteracting each other and making it want to pop out. See, I think he's popped out. Right there. So the chert is very brittle. Let's go over here. So depending on how busy tonight is, maybe I'll go on live again tomorrow. Also depends on how much pain I'm in. So this is actually taking my mind off of being in pain. So another plus to doing lapidary. Pain reliever. Alright. I don't know who's busy sending me stuff. At eBay. Come on. Wondering if I'm going to have to leave that like that. So I think if I try and push too hard on the rest of it, something else will pop out. There's just too many innuendos and rock pounding, lapidary, jewelry making. Oh, I did get another commission from the jeweler. Like a marquee cut almost. Not going to be easy. I'll have to show that either tomorrow or Sunday. I'll show the new commission he's given me. Appreciate all those thumbs up, thank you. And Ryan, thank you so much for those rubies up there. I think it's staying for right now. And it's not bad, but the only thing that it becomes difficult with is when I put the ZAM on it, it'll probably get caught up in that crevice, but ZAM is green. So actually they're both Variscite and the ZAM wax that I use. Excuse me. Come on. Where are you? Alright, I must have got something on the camera. Thank you, Dave. So the green of Variscite and the green of the aluminum oxide wax, which is ZAM, both come from chromium. Which is pretty neat to know. So chromium is green, so I believe that emeralds are the same green because of the chromium. Sometimes greens can be, I believe, zinc. A little bit of a chemistry lesson. I wish I had time to deep dive into some of the chemical makeup of stones. I'm learning, but there's a lot I don't know, like a lot that I don't know. Alright, well, that's turning out pretty good. That's starting to disappear. I can smell my neighbor is cooking barbecue, which is just wrong. It's nice to have Dave in here today. Thanks, Dave, for being in. If it wasn't for Dave, I would not be doing this. I mean, there's a lot of other people that have influenced me, but Dave's one of the big mentors, I should say, and he's been very supportive, which is very kind of him. And I know he's up to, what's he up to, like 65,000? Headed for that 100,000. If you don't know Lapidary Dave, please go over to his channel and subscribe. He's not just a really good lapidarist, but he's a great musician as well. He also gets into the kind of trouble I used to get into, so it reminds me not to get into trouble. That only makes sense to the people that understand that. Yeah, we're going to push through this live, even if I got one person in here. I really appreciate you. Alright. I think I'm going to leave it that before I get... I got a little bit too far on it. Look at the color of that, it's really nice. Pick. There we go. So those two pieces are nice. What a difference in contrast. That's no filters on here. I don't have any special color filters or anything going on here. It's really, if anything, it's even more vibrant in person. So that's really nice. Alright, what else are we going to do? Do a piece of the Tyrone. And we could do another piece of Kingman. Oh, we could do, you know what? I'm going to try some of the ugly Campitos. I have no idea. Hi there, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. You might find some really nice turquoise in your area. Alright, if this gets black, I'm going to have to get gloves on. Let's give this a try. Shoot. It's got one piece of pyrite in there. I just don't know if it's got any color in it. Well, we can only find out, right? Let's find out. Here we go. It's going to get dirty, I think. But this will give me some idea about the stabilization. Okay, well, it's got... Not terrible. It's almost translucent now. I thought it was glue, but it's not glue. It might be a little different. We'll see. Go around the edge. Funky stuff. So this is probably I would probably say the worst piece that came out of that bag. It's going to give me some idea how it cuts. Flatten the back out. Starting to smell. That stabilization, pretty strong. Hi there, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Getting some Campitos turquoise from Mexico. This is probably the worst looking piece I found in the bag. And it should have some pyrite in it somewhere. Maybe. That's definitely different. Very good. I want to say it's funky, but it's like funky in a good way. I don't know how to explain that. It's getting smaller for sure. Trying to get a solid edge on it. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's take this top off here. Hoping it doesn't dip down too much there. Smells like a barrel of kerosene. That I totally understand, Steven. I'm still working on Toby and mine's relation. Well, okay. It's looking nicer and nicer. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, Toby and I are still working on our relationship. Like, he's a little guy and I'm a big guy. So he's taken an absolute love liking to Freckle Cat, like everybody does. And so I have to spend time with him every day just to build on what we're trying to do. I can get this little bug out here, this bug. What I mean by a bug is a little cavernous area. Get that out of the top. It might turn out really nice. I mean, all depends on your color preference. See, that might be why so few people are in today. My better half is not here. Or my better half plus one. Star makes me laugh. If nobody knows Star Winters, she makes me laugh because she takes pictures of things that some people might not out in the wilderness, like pea bugs and spiderwebs, just seagulls, pigeons, and some of the stuff she puts up just, I don't know, makes me laugh during the day. We're going to go on to the next wheel here. I can get way up. We're going to go to the next wheel. Hi there, welcome in. If you're new, hit that subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Headed to 2,000. At 2,000, we will be doing a reward or 2 or 3 or 4 for the subscribers. And then I also have one for just regular chat, but it's probably going to be another week, maybe 2 weeks before I hit 2,000. And once I do, I will do a post about a subscriber-only live, and we will do a subscriber-only live, and it may just be a quick one. See how many people come in, and we'll do a couple of little rewards or gifts. All sponsored by me and nobody else. Me and USPS. I know. And then she'll just, you know, she's been sitting out in the garden for like half the night just to capture like something up in the tree on the moonlight. I capture a lot of stuff. I just don't think that many people would be interested, but I should put some more of it up. Like, I see some pretty fantastic nature where we live here. It is basically a swamp. Coming along good. Much nicer than I thought. Look at those little bits of pyrite popping. Shame I can't get a couple more of those further down, but the stone is what it is. Let's see if this one, I'm either going to get more here or I'm going to lose it. And I got Just a little, tiny little bug right there. So yeah, I'm either going to get more pyrite here or I'm going to lose it completely in the middle. It'd be really nice if one popped out. Come on. There. Let's do the next wheel. I don't lose too much of it. Hey, I'll send you something anyway, Steve. I have no problem with that. No problem at all. I'd love to, actually. Hey, you've been a fantastic support, Steve. I really appreciate it. I really do. And you don't just do it here, you do it on other channels too. Once I get done with this wheel, I'm going to put a flashlight behind it too. I have a feeling it's almost translucent. Alright, yeah, but I could do a invite Steve only live. Bit of a hole in the back. Let's do the pull out. Pull out to the corner there. See how now it's starting to get black? That's from the pyrite. Pyrite's really nice. Look at that. I think a really nice stone just like that. A little speck down here now. And that little speck in the middle. Alright, well that's a lot better than I thought. That's a lot better than I thought. That's 2, 3. So let's do a quick picture of this one. I better drink something here too before I get completely dehydrated. Found that at the local thrift store yesterday, I think. I have a bunch of these, now I know what to do with them. Alright. I'm making my own monster drink, I guess, a Gatorade and Colombian coffee. Let's see if this has any translucence to it. So we're going to do, if I can find it, there it is. Turn that off. And let's find that stone. Let's turn this one off. I think. So it does. See how it, look at that. I was not wrong. sometimes I gotta trust my own instincts. Just do it with a Dremel, Steve. It will lose color, so when you get the Ethiopian wet, here comes the light again, everybody. Mind your eyes. Oops. So when you do the Ethiopian and you get it wet, more than likely it's going to go from, it'll go clear as the water gets sucked into it. And that's a good way to tell the difference between Australian and Ethiopian, is to actually stick it on your tongue. And the Ethiopian, because it's hydrophane, will stick to your tongue, whereas Australian opal won't. That's nice little threesome there. Let's find something else to work on. What else we got? And I got plenty to work. Let's see. Let's do this little piece of Variscite. Cut this one in two last week. Actually, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna draw this one up. Maybe I'll make some earrings out of that one. Yeah, so we'll do that another time. Let's have a look in here. There's some Tyrone. Let's get this one started. Oh, I think you could do it anyway, Steven. You're pretty talented. Do I need to cut this one? I gotta cut that one. I'm trying to find something we don't have to cut. I'm not doing too good. I want to do that. Yeah, that'll work. I have zero idea what that is. I believe it's from Sam. So let's get a little extra light on there. Actually, is it better like this? Or is it better like that? Let's cut this one up. That'll make 4 stones. That'd be a pretty good night. Alright, this is from Mexico. Stabilize. Need my mask back on. You know what? You can use the Dremel bits that come with a rotary from like Harbor Freight. The only thing you got to work out is what the grit of the sandpapers are. You can do it with sandpaper. You could do it by hand even if you wanted. On wet and dry sandpaper and a sharpening block. I still utilize both of those actually. So I buy, when I'm at Harbor Freight, if I see those little Dremel rotaries for under $10, I buy them. I probably have 4 that I haven't even opened. They don't last forever, but you can beat them up pretty good. That was sharp. Alright, trying to see the color. A greeny goldy something. I don't know what this is going to turn into. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to turn into. Let I'm going to make this the back because the stone does round a little bit naturally by itself. Thank you. We got up to 30 thumbs up. That's great. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I know I'm going to get called inside soon because I shouldn't have been out here this long. The clicker will come out. But my dinner's ready for me and I can pretty much do nothing for the rest of the night. Except for relax and try to heal. But to be honest, being out here has helped me not think about it much. And hopefully over the weekend, pain will subside and I'll be all good. Yeah, she's that one, Steve, like 2 weeks ago when she came in and I didn't know she'd snuck back here and it was dark outside. I must have jumped like 3 feet in the air when she clicked it right next to my ear. I don't know if that counts as a jump scare and I get to do payback or not. They're already... Alright, let's take the top off here. Hopefully, I'm hoping there's a little better color than what's on the back here. It's not terrible. I gotta check my wheel. Maybe I put my wheel on differently than I normally do, because it's not cutting like it normally does. And these ones are expensive. These ones are like $200 just for a wheel. Start filming off these corners here. Sorry, I'm mumbling a little bit today. Tired and in pain and not on any medication. Yeah. I used to get in trouble for scaring the kids. I still get in trouble for scaring the kids when they're in their 20s. And I don't get in trouble from them, I get in trouble from their mother. It was funny when they moved out. They've only moved out in the last year or two. My son's door always had a keep out drawing on it for years to his sister. And we just thought it was like rules and regulations about his sister not being allowed in his room without permission. And then when he moved out, maybe 2 weeks after he moved out, it literally fell to the ground by itself. And there's a friggin' big old hole in the door. Been there for years and I hadn't even noticed. And both of them deny it. So at Thanksgiving, they're both like, neither one of them knew how it happened or remembered how it happened. Yeah, pretty split. I was boxing up some of his stuff. He has quite the collection of like Hawaiian shirts, and I didn't want to, I'm not throwing the stuff out, so I boxed them all up. I put that little hole cover in his box so he can have a good laugh about it one day a little bit later on. Hey, that Opal guy, how you doing? We are making cinnamon rolls. It's sort of a green moldy color already. We are making ugly rocks prettier, or that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to do it without making them completely disappear. Now, Stephen, that Opal guy right there, he'll tell you how to do the dremeling on a Ethiopian opal. I'm sort of trying to make a square here of some sorts. It's a little bit off, but it's getting there. Yeah, they don't know what they are yet, those sheep. They are sort of the throwaway generation. They're pretty good about it, but they're actually pretty minimalist, I have to say, compared to some people, which is really good. And they thrift a lot, that kind of stuff. So yeah, thrifting, care about the environment, don't need a lot, fairly minimalist as far as material things. Gamers, or at least role-playing gamers, the D&D, that kind of stuff. One of them sings and plays the ukulele and occasionally does that at like local art festivals and events. And she used to be so shy, like in her early teens and mid-teens. And now she goes out in front of crowds and sings and plays her ukulele and makes a little money on the weekend. She does really well, actually. Yes, you can. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a bad question, Stephen. So being that it's hydrophane and full of water, does it crack the stone? That's a good question. I don't think it does. I think, unless you were like flash freezing it, the water that would be in the opal, if it froze, would actually get pushed out of the surface. It's not like it's sealed on the outside where it contains the water. Never really thought about that. That's really good too. And it may be a reason that people have problems with phasing with Australian opals, you know. I always think that crazing isn't so much from like a one-time dry and then wet. I think it's being wet and dry and wet and dry and wet and dry and wet and dry over multiple times over a long period. And that's what craze is about. And I know you're not really meant to epoxy or stabilize opal, but I'm going to give it a try. Just for experimental, educational reasons. Alright, this is coming along actually. It's a little wonky, right? It's wonky. I think it's just... Oh, we got blood. I'm gonna get pushing too hard on this stone. I need to get this all even. Even, Steven. So yeah, if you like opal and that kind of stuff, global prospecting will be on tonight. I think around 9ish, 8ish, 9ish, somewhere in there. But Robert from Global Prospecting, really nice chap, very generous, and he's an opal cutter and lapidary. He does not use Dremels that much that I've ever seen. Move on to this next one. Clickety click, number 11. Oh, 17, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd never really thought about that opal guy. Now all opal contains or needs to contain water. It has water, any gem silica like that. And if it gets too dry, it'll crack. I have some beautiful, I'll bring them out one day, chunks of opal. Almost like crystal opal, just thick bars going across the stone, big thick stone. That I bought from the gentleman I actually bought this machine off of, and it's got some good crazing on the outside, but I've always wondered what it's like on the inside, and I really feel like cutting them. I gotta get this even, so the top's a little wonky. It's almost like it's higher down the middle here, and lower on each side. It's okay each end. There's something going on in the middle I need to fix. Certainly is. At least it's not green. Yeah, the time when my blood comes out blue or green or multicolored, I will definitely consider quitting the lapidary, because my lungs would have been full of silica, and they'll be beautiful fossils, but probably not the best thing for me. So that comes from me not wanting to wear down the tips of my index fingers, and me hitting this wheel over here while I'm on that wheel. Just not being careful. Good on that. I'm going to take the corners off a little bit, just because they're so sharp. Just a quick round right there. Quick round. Quick round. Quick round. That's it. Pretty nice. I think I'm going to finish these up. So let's move you over. I'm going to do all four. Not a lot of people in here, but we're going to get it finished. Nice to have Dave come into the chat today. readjusting everything here. There we go. Thank you for that. Put this in. And a little bit more. That's probably not smart. That was lucky. That could have disappeared in there real quick. Alright. Get some bubbles. Some good bubbles. I'm now officially a creator. I got paid money. Very, very unexpected. This time last year, I looked it up. I had 100 and I think it was 67 subscribers. So it's been a busy year. Let's do the Kingman real quick. That'll put it right. Take the mask on. This doesn't take off too much material. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going over everything I've already done. And then we'll go to the exam station and be pretty happy. Thank you. Yep. And it'll encase everything else I've put into my lungs over the years. And there's been plenty. That would come out, but I guess it gives it some sort of contrast. I wonder. Wondering if I should try and get that out. I just don't know if it goes through to the bottom. Come on. Come on. There you go. I feel like it goes through the edge here. Alright, I'm going to push it. Hey, Bo Diddley, how you doing? Bo Diddley, where are you from, Bo Diddley? Are you local? Appreciate you coming in. Working on a piece of Kingman. And see if I can get that little bit of quartz out. It should come out. But I don't want to push it too much because I don't want to lose the good color we do have. I like to do the backs if I can, especially if they're not backed with anything. Actually, I have to polish the backing too. So this one, once I get through the 3000 and then Zam, it should polish up really, really nice. Like glossy, glossy. Yeah, I don't know what I'm up to there, Steve. I'm hoping I'm at least at 3.94 after today. And today is a little slow. And I think we test you from time to time to see if you'll give up when it does go slow. Or whether you just continue to produce content. So, I'd be doing this anyway, so I'm more than happy to share it with everybody. I mean, I really am happy to share it with everybody. It's looking pretty nice. Alright, let's go to the next one. Side corner. While I do that, I can't figure out for the life of me what shapes to cut out of this. I've looked at it and looked at it, and I can't decide. There's a nice oval right there. And there's a Pac-Man right there. Yeah, I'll keep looking at it until I decide. I just don't want to come in and do this oval and lose all this. I guess you're right. I assume you're thinking here with your eye right there. Now, Stephen, I think she's blowing you a kiss. I think she's definitely blowing you a kiss. No, baby. No, that is some really nice Royston. I jumped on that when they put that up. And while everybody was deciding whether they wanted a piece, I think I bought 3 slabs out of 4. Because I like Royston ribbon, but to get a piece of Royston like that is more turquoise than ribbon, you know, just a strand going down the middle. It's kind of like, yep, it might be, yep. Yeah, maybe that's your queen right there, Stephen. See, now I don't even know if I can cut it. Alright, we're almost done with this one. And I definitely need to drink something real quick. So if I can get up to 50 likes today, I'll be impressed. We are good. Yep, should be rock solid. Ay. You can tell I live with Freckle Cat. When she starts on her puns, goodness gracious me. She can make herself laugh for hours. And they get worse as she goes along. That one is good. Let's do the Chiba. Gotta be careful with this one. I don't want anything to pop out of it. She used to use, she loves to use tons with her students, just to see if they get it. And most of them are foreign students, international students. But she came back from school today, and her kids and families have bought her lots of little gifts when they've been away. And luckily a lot of them, they all made it back from where they went. It's a little bit busy where they went to visit over spring break. Yeah, I think that's the best blue I've had out of this Kingman. I've probably bought 4 bags of that Kingman, so maybe probably 2 pounds worth, and that's probably the best blue that's come out of it so far. Alright, I gotta be careful I don't press too hard. Oh, it's almost out. If I could get that out, that'd be great. I hope everybody's enjoying the meditation session. That's why I get on here, is a little bit of meditation. Resets my mind. Makes me ignore the pain I'm in right now. And I enjoy chatting with you guys and learning a little bit about these materials as we go along. Because I know there's other people that watch that also purchase this material, and if I can be the guinea pig of it, I'm more than happy to do that. This, I feel you could, I don't know, you could stabilize it a little bit more with some epoxy. Maybe that's what I'll do with a few of the pieces. I do need to do a stabilizing video. But the cactus juice I have right now is pretty old, and it starts to change color. Almost gives it a yellowish tinge to it. Yeah, I can't do that yet, Steve. Maybe when I'm, like when I'm retired, maybe. But otherwise, I cannot indulge, unfortunately. My friends do. But I haven't in, what is it? 16 years, and mostly because of work. Well, all because of work. No, we're always happy when you're here, Steve. And believe it or not, we talk about you when you're not on the live, in a good way, in a great way. Get through this wheel, these 2 wheels with this one pretty quick. Because I forgot, the longer this one gets rehydrated, the more prone it is to chipping out. So it's a pretty dry material. One where it's found, but when it comes out of the ground, I think it's pretty dry. So when it gets reconstituted with some water, or the water soaks into it, the variscite stays together really well, but the chert becomes a little more brittle and starts chipping out. And I don't want to do it, I don't want to cut it dry because it may heat up too much and then crack the stone that way. Hi everybody, thanks for coming in. I hope you're having a good night. I'm feeling much better than when I started, I'll tell you. Oh yeah. Lapidary. Pain relief. Who knew? I do have a back brace on too, so that'll probably help me. Actually, it's not really a back brace. I have like a rubber bandy thing around both of my shoulders to keep my shoulders back square. And that seems to be helping. No, I totally understand, Stephen. Believe me. I totally understand. And if I could, I probably would. Not just for pain relief, but also mental health as well. So, I'm pretty sure when I have the ability to, I will be partaking in jelly bellies. Alright. Uh-oh, I hear movement. Seems to clicker, maybe coming real soon. Bug there, little one there, little one there, but I think it'll polish up real nice. Let's go over here. This one turned out, I mean, it's not the greatest color in the world, but that pyrite in there is really nice. The panel's really nice. So I call all these little rondelles, like florets. I call them florets. I don't know if they are florets, so they're florets in my world. So yeah, welcome in. If you see anything you like, hang out for like 30 seconds. It really helps. Hit the thumbs up. That really helps. Hit the subscribe. That helps in the long run. And I'm trying to hit 2,000. If you are a subscriber, I will be doing a reward for all the people that are subscribed. I will do a live for subscribers only. Once I hit that 2,000, I will post up in community and on YouTube when I'm going to do that. And other than that, I appreciate you, really appreciate you being here. Say hi in the chat if you want. You don't have to. Just like the sound of this and trying to figure out what I'm doing. Hang out. Pyrite's coming on the back now too. Very nice. So this was the Campitos, Mexican Campitos with pyrite. Stabilized. So yeah, Steve, if I didn't wear a mask, some of the stabilizations may be premedicated. Nice. I'm just looking, I got one little crevice right there with a pyrite that I'd like to get down. I'm afraid if I go down, I may pop that little piece of pyrite out. We'll give it a quick try. Hopefully not screw it up. As much as I can do without putting too much pressure on it. And it's still there. That's okay. It means it's natural. I mean, it came out of the ground. It's not man-made. Continue here. Then we'll have one more after this. Then we'll go over to the VAM station. I love my van. That's what happens when you live with a teacher. Start rhyming, I was tuned in. Yeah, I love pyrite. It just gets pretty dirty, you know, it turns black and it stains pretty well. I have, no, not that one. I mean, how am I meant to do this, Steve? Look at this. I think you might have seen it, I'm not sure. Bit of turquoise on there. Turn it over. Oh my goodness. So, cutting that one is going to be ugly. That's like a triple glover you got to do right there. Or at least a double glove. Might turn out really nice, but yeah, that's going to be, yeah, I don't even want to do it. See that? Nice little piece. Look at that. It's tiny. That would be a really nice ring stone. We'll do that another time too. What was the word of the day? Word of the day was, I think, acicula. It came up when I was looking up. Oh, I was looking up sagenite or sagenite because of that boulder opal, and so I was looking. It really talks about sagenite and agates, but in the definition, it had highly priced agates containing delicate needle-like mineral inclusions. So acicula comes from the Latin acicula, which means needle or needle-like. So sagenitic sprays are needle-like. Same with what's the rudolite? Yeah, rutolite. Sorry, so like all the rudolite like golden gold, rudolite, and quartz, is aciculus. So those of you who had neither myself nor Freckle Cat had really heard or used that word ever. So that was the word of the day. Yeah, I was looking for some sort of some sort of description of the inside of the opal. Or not inside the opal, but it's on the floor. I got the inside of that. Hopefully I'm gonna get some opal. I got like 12 more of those to cut. We're going to do cut live. Alright, almost done with this one. And we just got one more to go. This one turned out so much nicer than I thought. Kind of like me. It turned out much nicer than I thought it was going to. And the flow out in the honor of Stephen. That's good. That's ready for the van. We got one more to go, and then we're going to do the polish. Still feels funny. Dang it. Did it too hard. Alright, well that changes everything. How do we do this? Do I have to go back a wheel? I might have to. This might not take it off. This might not take it off quick enough. Alright, let me just change shape. Really quick. Rounded corners. Doing it on the edges of the wheel because that's where I use the least. And most of my polishing and shaping goes in the middle. So every now and then it's good to use the edges where it's a little less worn. I hope so too, Stephen. If I get one, I'll be happy. The last two, they're showing good signs of it. They're kind of what you're looking for with the cavity in the middle. They're just not full. Now, I don't know if, and I've heard somebody talk about this a long time ago, whether they x-ray them. And then keep the ones that show something in the middle and sell off all the others. Because you wouldn't really know, right? With an x-ray, it might show up in the middle that it's actually full of something. thanks for the thumbs up there. Really appreciate you. Appreciate all of you, actually. I know I use that word appreciate, but it's, I truly do. And I hope I helped somebody learn something or discover something that they didn't know they'd be interested in. Maybe see a material that's local to them that they didn't have an interest in but now do. I hope I inspire anybody to do any creation of any kind, content-wise, whether it's here on YouTube or the other, platforms. If I can inspire 1 or 2 people at any point, then I'm doing my job. Which is really not a job. It's just for fun. Yeah, it should take, well, I'm in a lot of pain, so who knows, I might be there, maybe if I have to go see the doctor, then I'll stick a couple of them in my pockets. I just don't know where I'll put them when they make me put the gown on. Yeah, where do you hide 2 yowah nuts when all you got is a gown and you're going in for an X-ray? Hey Josh, how you doing? Nice to see you in. Yep. So I guess I could. They might ask, I'd be like, well, I was born with 4. And 1 pair didn't drop. Alright, I'm getting tired. Yeah. They'd be like, are those your nuts? And I'd be like, no, those are yowah nuts. I'm gonna get in trouble. So, excuse my imagination. I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. But welcome in. I appreciate you saying hi. I really do. I've been working on some turquoise. A nice piece of Chiba, Variscite. This is actually some Campitos with some Pyrite in there. A little less blue than normal. And then some really nice blue Kingman. Let me just finish this one off real quick. And we'll be good to go. One more thumbs up at 40, which would be absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, if you haven't been in the chat, I'm going to be doing, well, when I hit 2,000, which I hope will be in the next week or two, we'll be giving a reward out to the subscribers, a couple of them. So I will do a subscribers only live, and then we'll close that one down. We'll open up a normal live with everybody, and I'll be giving something away eventually. All sponsored by me and me alone. And yeah, it should be some fun. Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate it. Nice to see you in. I think everybody's busy tonight somewhere. We've had a fun evening. Like I said, subscribers will be... It's probably going to be a week or two. We'll probably do it on a Sunday because it's easier for me to do it on a Sunday. And then whatever I give away, I can get sent out early in the week. If you ever see a stone that you like during the live, hold this back a little bit. Sir.RocksAlot@outlook.com. Just send me a quick note, and I'm sure we could work something out. Very reasonable prices. So, I think we're done on this. I'm going to go over to the to the ZAM machine real quick. Let's get a quick picture. Beautiful. Let's turn off the machine so we can get some rest. Need to dry these off just a little bit. Let's take these over for a final polish. That's a funky noise. Alright, here we go. Hang on one second. Let's see where I'm going here. It is dark. But here we go. This is the ZAM machine. Tighten that up. Lift you up. Beautiful. Let's get these polished. I'm actually going to start with the one that we just finished. Because this one has the this one has no little bugs or anything in it. So I'm going to load it up with ZAM. This is ZAM. So chromium aluminum oxide, cheap. It is wax, but it does beautiful jobs on phosphates, especially phosphates, and other materials, but especially phosphates. So, very simple machine. See, actually, Steve, you could do this for a machine. If you got a 5/8 arbor on it, it's the same as, or you can even put a 1-inch arbor on it. And then it's wide enough on the edges that you could put one wheel on each side. You just wouldn't have it dripping with water. All right, let's give this a try. So I'm actually going to do the back first. This one actually polished up really well on that 3000 grit. Thank you all for being here. You could either give it a thumbs up on now or on the way out when we're done with this. I'd really appreciate it. I am looking into, or I've been invited to do like a creator class through Google and YouTube. I've been accepted. I didn't think I was going to get accepted, but I got accepted. So now I have to decide if I'm going to do the 12-day class and creator class. It doesn't cost me anything. I'm not sure my videos or lives are the right format, because I'm not some crazy dude wearing all kinds of makeup and streamers and jumping up and down, and I can. I think I could be pretty entertaining if I had to be. Yeah, but that's not too bad, Steven. So you really don't want to go above 1750 anyway. So you're better off with a slow one rather than a fast one. And the other one I just bought, I mean, it was on sale at Christmas, so I think it was just over $100. was Harbor Freight has a one that you can change the speed, the industrial speed, from 2,000 to 3,450 RPM, which is really fast. But I'm going to use it for polishing. Yeah, let's have a look at this one. That is nice. It turned out pretty. That. Wow, that's hot too. Okay, so I gotta be careful because that stone is hot. So that's just a reminder. I think we're gonna try the Chiba. It's a little bit wet. Let's just dry it out a little bit. So I gotta watch out for these crevices filling up with wet. So let's try this one. So this one is just two little dots right there. We'll know if those get filled or not. So we'll go back to that as our experimental spot. That's the back, and well, that's the back. I don't see it filling up. You see how brittle that was on the back here? So I'm going to end up putting some backing on here just to hold it all together. But let's do the test on this. Quick turn. All right, Flying J. Well, be safe there, Jed. You know, don't rush it, and sounds like you're pretty careful about it anyway. And if you need to stop somewhere, Steven's on here. You can you can stop by Steven's place and hang out for a little bit. Bunker up with Steve. I'm sure he'd have you over. All right, let's see how we did. Yeah, 4,000 is very, very quick. So there we go, and there's the two little holes, and they did not fill up the sand, so that's good. That's a nice stone. Sounds like you need to have a meetup in Detroit sometime. All right, so let's do the Campitos with Pyrite. So you see how that light splits up and down, almost like the Star of Bethlehem. Let's do the back. So yeah, the wax is getting in the crevice on the back a little bit. So I'm going to do the back just a little. And we'll see if we take those flares of the light off the front with a good polish. And we're looking for 7 more thumbs up, and we will hit the goal. Otherwise, I got to stay on here and keep you guys here all night. All right. Thank you so much, whoever just did that. Very kind of you. You got 6 to go. If you haven't already thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to hit 50. It's been a much longer session than I thought, but I don't mind being out here and sharing it with you guys, even if I'm in pain like I am. But For some reason, doing this tonight has taken and helped that subside, so. Lapidary, the new pain relief. It's still addictive, but it helps. Alright, let's see how we did. That's pretty nice. And you see how the extra flash is off there? It's a nice stone. Nice pyrite. Nice florets. I actually like it better when it was a little less. Like that pyrite there. I can't wait to do those other pieces. I think those other pieces with the dark blue, or the bluey blue and the pyrite in them. One I'm going to keep as a specimen, just because it's so cool. And that'll go in the display closet. And then, yeah, thanks, Jeff. Thank you all. All right, that was fun. This might be the better piece of Kingman, color-wise, that I've had out of this material. This material was pretty cheap. I think it's like, what was it, $150 a pound maybe? Maybe even $75 a pound? So cheap for turquoise, especially Kingman. It's not top grade Kingman, or AAA or AA. It's probably single A or maybe a little bit below. But if you work the pieces right, you can get some really nice stones out of it. Alright, so just one more time, just to let everybody know, when I hit 2,000, we'll be having a subscribers only giveaway rewards coming from me, sponsored by me. We'll probably do 2 or 3 in that one, and then we will also do one in the live with everybody in it. But I appreciate all of you guys so much, you have no idea. Appreciate you hanging out all night. Alright, let's have a look at that. Kapow. That's gorgeous. Oh, starting to see the faces again. Yeah, it's a nice piece. Alright. Let's turn that off. And got 4 wonderful pieces out of that. All different, but they all turned out really nice. So if you missed the unboxing at the beginning, go back. I'll put this up. I put all my videos, my lives up raw. I don't really edit them. It's easy to go in. You can enlarge the screen, and you can put the live chat on, but you can also put it on 2 times the speed and run through it real quick. And if you ever see a stone in there that you like, or you might think somebody else might like, I'm always available and reachable at sir.rocksalot@outlook.com. And yeah, it's really nice. You're right. The blue one's awesome. Probably the best piece of Kingman I've pulled out of there. So. All right, everybody. I'm going to be 5 short, but I hear the clicker. And Ms. Frecklecat says hi to everybody. Toby says hi. But I want to thank you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. I might come on live tomorrow if I'm feeling better. If not, it'll be Sunday. And we're going to hit that 2,000 soon. So thank you so much. Love you guys. And yeah, the pad's going on. Food in my belly. And I'm going to try and sleep in too. Thanks, Stephen. Thank you, Ryan, for those 40 rubies. That's impressive. Thank you so much. And it was really good to see Dave in here today, too. So that Opal guy, Stephen, Jed, Haas, Josh, thank you for being here. Rosa, thank you for being in here too. And anybody else that popped in, thank you so much. All right, we'll see you over the weekend. Have a great evening. Enjoy your Friday tomorrow. And love you guys. Thank you so much. What have I got? I got 3 more thumbs up on the way out. And well, I just got attacked by a mop. I really did. See? I'll see that, but I did. I got attacked by a mop. All right, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you. Cheers now. Sorry, I'm just trying a few things on the menu here. That was retouch. We got green screen. That's Toby. I gotta do a green screen one of these times. All right, let's get rid of that. I don't really need to get rid of it. Sorry, I'm just playing around here. 3 more likes, I'll go away. What's that one do? Let's retouch. Stickers. Poll. How do you get rid of a pole? Oh. All right, so we need to do some polls on some pieces too. And I just don't know how to get rid of it. Let's see. Where are my polls? Stickers. Poll. That's a new sticker. No for you. No like for you. I agree. How do you get rid of it? Boom. I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh, I see. Ah, okay. Perfect. Oh, 1 more to go. 1 more. What else can I mess with? I gotta mute. I can mute myself. Bingo. Thank you all so much. Love you guys. Thanks for letting me fool around. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one over the weekend, if not tomorrow. And in the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Love you guys.